for tuning into my channel again. I'm so happy that you're here and watching this video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys another holiday look, and I'm kind of excited about this one. This one is a more subtle neutral look. It's super easy as usual, and today's I'm going to be featuring a Morphe palette. Morphe, I think it's Morphe. I've heard it both ways though. A Morphe palette that has lots of neutrals, very pretty neutrals, which are my favorites. And the bright red lips to me says holidays. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there so that you don't miss out on my next couple holiday looks that'll be going up over the next few days. And make sure that you don't forget to check out the holiday look that I've already posted featuring green shadow. I'll link it right here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get started. So I began with putting some tape on the sides of my eyes just so that I have a very clean look, and I didn't have my eye primer, so I'm just going over my eyes using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, which you've seen before, and this is in the color Toffee, and that's going to be my eye primer for today. So make sure that you blend that in really well and that you don't use too much of it. Very little bit goes a long way when using concealer as your eye primer, so make sure that you don't put too much or be too cakey. Then using this darker brown color from my Morphe 35K palette, I'm going to be just going into the crease of my eyes, starting at the tape and working my way inwards towards the center of my eyes. I'm just blending that in nice and wide and just keep working that in towards the center. You don't want it to be really dark in the center, but just work it in that way. Then going over with this orangish brown color, go right on top of the dark brown that you just added and extend it a little bit higher than the dark brown. And the reason I did this is because these two colors on their own, neither of them really were the look I was going for, but together they looked really nice. Then using this lighter beige color, I went in the center of my lid and just worked that in, pat that gently into the center of your lid. You kind of want to pack this on because this is going to be the extent of the color for this particular look. Then go back over that same area right from the corner, working again from the tape. And we're going to be applying the black eyeshadow from the bottom corner of that same palette and working it in inwards and upwards into the brown and into the crease of your eye. Then to brighten up the look just a little bit, I went back in with this shimmery beige color and applied that to the corners of the inner corners of my eyes. Then using that same beige color, I'm going back in to highlight my brow line. And as you can see, my brows are not done here. I forgot to do it before I started recording. And at that point, it's a little late. Don't worry, you guys, because it'll get done. So, there it is. And so now we're going to move on to the rest of the face. So I started off by using this Urban Decay B6 Vitamin-Infused Complexion Prep Spray. Then I moisturized using Olay Complete Moisturizer. And I went back in and primed using the POREfessional primer and my ColourFX Mattifying primer. And then my foundation of choice for today was the Revlon ColorStay makeup for combination skin. It's supposed to last 24 hours. And it, as you can see, it matches my skin pretty much perfectly. So I'm just dabbing that into my skin using the Beauty Blender sponge. And you guys pretty much know the rest of this routine, but I'm going back in for the highlight using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is the same one I used as my eyeshadow primer, and it's in the color Toffee. And I'm just dabbing this into the areas that I want to attract light to on my face. Then to set my highlight and contour, I'm going to be using two Tarte Cosmetics powders for the highlight, I'm going over with the medium tan sand color. And this is their Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. But I don't know, I just like to use this to set my concealers. I think it works really well. So I'm patting that in, and then I went over the darker areas with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Beautiful Bronze. And I just blended that out really well using the Beauty Blender. And then using the Tarte Powdered Foundation again, I went back over the areas where I used the concealer for my contour, and I used the color Rich Sand, which is a much darker of the Tarte foundation. Then using a clean powder brush, I'm just going over the places where the light meets the dark, and I'm blending it in to get rid of any harsh lines. And there's nothing on this brush at this point. I went back over that using the Black Radiance Bronze Glow Press Powder, and I just used that over the areas where the harsh lines used to be, just to make sure that it's a smooth transition. Then using the Black Radiance Artisan Color Baked Bronzer in the color Rum Spice, I went back over that same area, so the place where the lines originally met, blended this on top of it. For my blush and my highlighter, I'm using the BH Cosmetics Glamorous Blush 10 Color Blush Palette, and I started off using this lighter color down here at the bottom, and I went over all my highlighted areas. Then I used this pink color blush as my blush, and just focus that on the balls of my cheeks. Then for my lips, for this look, I'm using ColourPop Cosmetics Lippie pencil here, and it's in the color Bichette. It matches really well with the lippie that we're going to be using, which is also by ColourPop Cosmetics. Now, I find that if you make your lip liner too thin of a line, it starts to look like you took a crayon and outlined a coloring book. You know that what we used to do as kids to have neat coloring books. Well, to avoid that, I go back, I draw my thinner line, and then I go back over it and thicken it up a little bit so that it blends more seamlessly with the lip color. Then I went back in using the ColourPop Cosmetics Ultra Matte Lippie in the color Avenue, and I'm just putting that onto my lips here. And to finish off this look, we're going to go back in and do the liner on the eye. So this time I'm using the Maybelline New York Eye Studio Gel Liner in the color Black is Black. And I'm just going right over my waterline in a very thin line from corner to corner of my lid. Then using my Smashbox Studios Photo Angle Pure Pigment Gel Liner pen, which you guys have seen before in a couple of my other videos, I'm just going over the top. And I'm going to create just a very thin cat eye. Well, it was supposed to be a lot thinner. This is how thin I intended it to be, but then it wound up being a little bit thicker because when I went in on my other eye, I don't know, I think I got a little heavy handed and then it got a little bit thicker, but it's intended to have a thinner line. And finally I went back in with that lighter color and I just brightened up the inside corners of my eyes so that it had a little bit more pop to it. And finally, can't forget your mascara. I actually used two here. I only showed one just now, but as you can see, this wand doesn't match the container I showed at the beginning. So the two mascaras that I used was the Rimmel London Scandalized mascara in the color black, and the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express mascara in the color Glam Black. And then, of course, I went back over with the finishing spray. This is the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Spray. And that completes this look, y'all. So if you enjoyed this look, make sure that you don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I'm so thankful that you tuned in and watched to the end. Sorry that it's a little long. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on my future videos and the other holiday looks that I have coming, and just some other makeup looks that I have in store for you guys. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye!